Welcome to HornAfricaInsight, your tri-weekly dive into the Horn's biggest stories. Today, we're unpacking 5 latest updates from East Africa. Ethiopia's exporting renewable energy, uniting neighbors with sustainable power. Kenya's Cradle is revolutionizing education in Burundi and Tanzania. Uganda's opposition is igniting a 2026 election showdown. Kenya's KCB Bank is eyeing Ethiopia's open market, promising a financial shift. And in Newcastle, a footballer's inspiring Eritrean youth, showing the Horn's global reach. The Horn's making waves. Subscribe and let's dive into the stories. Ethiopia's lighting up the Horn. On August 17th, Addis Ababa unveiled plans to export clean energy, weaving a sustainable grid across East Africa. Mensur Desi, climate advisor at the Ministry of Planning and Development, told ENA that Ethiopia is tapping its 45-gigawatt hydropower potential, plus 15 gigawatts from wind and geothermal, to supply Sudan, Djibouti, and beyond. The Grand Ethiopian Renaissance Dam is central, boosting regional energy security. Ethiopia's climate-resilient green economy strategy drives this, with nationally determined contributions cutting emissions through 2030 and a 2021-2050 plan aiming for net zero carbon. The Green Legacy Initiative, planting millions of trees, supports these efforts, fostering a healthier environment. By sharing power, Ethiopia's strengthening economic ties and regional cooperation. The Africa Climate Summit, September 8th to 10, 2025 in Addis, will showcase this model, inspiring other nations with Ethiopia's hydropower and wind projects. This isn't just energy, it's unity. Ethiopia's exports are setting a sustainable precedent for Africa. Can this spark a regional renaissance? Ethiopia's clean energy is electrifying East Africa. Will it power a new era of cooperation? Share your thoughts. Kenya's edtech is going global. Cradle, a Nairobi-based startup, just launched in Burundi and Tanzania, hitting 7 African markets. Cradle's AI is unlocking education for East African students. Founded in 2021 by Manish Sardana, John Nguru, and Shane Aman Premji, Cradle helps 400,000 African students study abroad each year. Its AI University Matchmaker tool connects learners to global institutions, bypassing fragmented agents. Sardana told Tech Cabal, "We're empowering students with seamless tech." Backed by $2.5 million from Enza and Angaza Capital, Cradle's free for students, with universities paying per enrollment. Now in Kenya, Nigeria, Uganda, Rwanda, Zimbabwe, Burundi, and Tanzania, Cradle's 4th expansion in a year shows rapid growth. Sardana credits proven playbooks for scaling fast, keeping learners first. Unlike global rivals like Applyboard, Cradle's Pan-African focus builds trust in fragmented markets. Africa's $30 billion edtech market, driven by youth, is Cradle's playground, with more expansions planned. Burundi and Tanzania's students now access global universities via Cradle's partnerships. As it eyes profitability, this Kenyan startup is reshaping education across East Africa. Will it redefine the continent's academic future? Cradle's expansion is empowering East Africa's youth. Can it lead Africa's edtech boom? Drop your thoughts. Uganda's political stage is ablaze. With the 2026 presidential election looming, opposition leaders are rallying to challenge Yoweri Museveni's 40-year rule. The National Unity Platform, led by Bobi Wine, is charging forward. NUP's David Lewis Rubungoya and parliamentary opposition leader Joel Senyonyi stormed the Electoral Commission for nomination forms. Rubungoya warned, "In 2021, votes were rigged, headquarters raided. We're back with new energy." Senyonyi demanded security respect democratic rights. Let people campaign freely. Their new Uganda Now slogan signals a united front against Museveni's national resistance movement. On Monday, crowds joined NUP and the Democratic Party, led by Gerald Saranda, to collect forms emphasizing a peaceful transition. Saranda rallied every Ugandan for change. Voter frustration, fueled by low coffee prices in Buganda, is boosting the opposition's momentum. Uganda, a key region that turned against Museveni in 2021, could tip the scales. The opposition's early moves signal 2026 as a democratic showdown, but fears of interference linger. With Museveni's grip tested, the opposition's uniting farmers and urban voters. Can Uganda's electoral process hold under pressure? Will the opposition's surge reshape the nation's future? Uganda's 2026 election is a political firestorm. Can the opposition topple Museveni? Share your predictions and subscribe to HornAfricaInsight. Kenya's banking giant is eyeing Ethiopia. On August 20th, KCB Group announced plans to enter Ethiopia's newly opened market, aiming for a 40% bank stake in 18 months. KCB's finance director Lawrence Kimathi told Business Daily Africa, the Nairobi-based lender is in advanced talks to acquire a 40% stake in an Ethiopian bank, funded partly by the sale of National Bank of Kenya to Nigeria's Access Bank. Kimathi said, "This is a strategic move to diversify from Kenya and strengthen our regional footprint." KCB already operates in Rwanda, Uganda, Tanzania, and South Sudan, with subsidiaries earning $250 million last year. Ethiopia's banking sector opened to foreign players in late 2024, ending decades of state control led by the Commercial Bank of Ethiopia. KCB's potential acquisition would be among the first under new rules allowing minority stakes or wholly owned subsidiaries. This move could intensify competition, offering Ethiopian consumers more banking options and driving economic growth. KCB's entry signals confidence in Ethiopia's liberalizing market, a key opportunity for East Africa's financial sector. Will this reshape banking in the Horn? KCB's Ethiopian push could transform banking in East Africa. Can it lead a financial revolution? Drop your thoughts. A football star is sparking pride in Newcastle's Eritrean community. Alexander Isak's dazzling goals have made him a hero, but his impact goes beyond the pitch. Since joining Newcastle in 2022, Isak scored 62 goals in 109 games, helping win the Carabao Cup, Newcastle's first trophy in 70 years. For Eritreans in Newcastle, the 25-year-old, born to Eritrean parents in Stockholm, is a cultural ambassador. "I love football now because of Alexander," a 13-year-old Eritrean boy told BBC Tigrinya. "He's like me." Jakob Akale, a father of 3, said, "Alexander motivates our kids. They believe anything's possible." Isak's pride in his heritage inspires youth to join football academies across Europe. Mehari Estefanos, a former Eritrean coach, told BBC Tigrinya, "Alexander put Eritrea on the map. People here now know our culture." Isak's social media shout-out to an Eritrean Ethiopian restaurant boosted local business, drawing fans to try injera. But with Liverpool's $110 million bid rejected and Isak training alone, Eritreans fear losing their icon. Will he stay to cement his legend? Isak's boots, one Swedish, one Eritrean, symbolize his dual pride. Can he inspire a new generation while staying a Magpie? Isak's sparking Eritrean pride in Newcastle. Will he stay or chase new dreams? Share your thoughts. That's the latest from HornAfricaInsight. From Ethiopia's clean energy surge to Cradle's edtech expansion, Uganda's election firestorm, KCB's banking bid, and Isak's Eritrean pride, the Horn stories are blazing hot. Subscribe, hit that bell, and comment your thoughts below. What's the Horn's biggest move? Join us next Monday for more. HornAfricaInsight.